Good morning, class. Today in this lecture, we are going to discuss the next point in our fifth chapter, that is Smart Bluetooth and NFC, that is Near Field Communication and the architecture of mobile communication. Before going to start our today's lecture, first of all, we discussed the previous lecture's point. In previous lecture, we discussed the point that is Bluetooth and their architecture and the frame structure of Bluetooth. In Bluetooth is an open specification for short range wireless transmission of voice and data. It provides simple low cost wireless connectivity between personal digital assistant, that is pads, cellular phones, laptops and other handheld devices. Bluetooth is a simple peer-to-peer wireless technology created to connect multiple consumers' mobile information devices, and it is a IEEE 802.15 specification, or we can say that it is a standard. Bluetooth is a low power consuming technology with a transmission distance up to 30 feet, means 10 meters, and the throughput of about 1 Mbps, means the data rates up to 1 Mbps or 3 Mbps depending upon the version. Next point we discussed in a previous lecture, that is advantages. The advantages of Bluetooth is it is low cost, easy to use, it can be penetrate through the walls, and it creates an ad hoc connection immediately without any wires, means by using wireless communication ad hoc connection immediately creates, and it is used for voice and data transfer. Disadvantages of this Bluetooth is it can be hacked and hence it is a less secure, and it has a slow data rates up to 3 Mbps, and it has a small range, that is 10 meters. Next we discussed that is Bluetooth architecture. First is a Piconet. Piconet is a Bluetooth network that consists of one primary, that is a master node, and the 7 active, that is secondary, we can say that slave nodes. Okay, Piconet have up to the 8 active nodes. One is the master and 7 slaves or stations within the distance of 10 meters. There can be only one primary or a master station in each Piconet, and the communication between the primary and the secondary can be one-to-one or one-to-many. This is the Piconet. And what is meant by scatternet? Scatternet is formed by combining various Piconets. By combining Piconets, we can form a scatternet, and a slave in one Piconet can act as a master or primary in a other Piconet. Such a station or node can receive messages from the master in the first Piconet and deliver the message to its slave in the other Piconet, where it is acting as a master. This node is called as a bridge slaves. Next point we discussed in a previous lecture, that is difference between Piconet and scatternet. The formation by different networks linked together within the Bluetooth technology, we form the Piconet, and the formed by combining the two or more Piconets is formed by the scatternet. Capacity, it has ability to serve up to the 7 to 8 devices. Piconet has the ability to serve up to 7 to 8 devices, and scatternet can serve more than 8 devices. The coverage area is small in a Piconet but large coverage area in scatternet. This is the main difference. Next point we discussed in previous lecture, that is Bluetooth layer and a protocol stack. There are mainly different sections, lower and upper layers. In that lower layer, HCL, link manager, baseband and the radio stations is there. And for the upper layer, application and profile, OBX, RFCOM, L2CAP and SDP is there. Here radio station is used for modulation and demodulation purpose. Next, that is baseband link layer. It performs the connection establishment within a Piconet. Next point, that is link manager protocol layer. It performs the management of the already established link. In this way, we discussed the various points in a Bluetooth protocol stacks. Next point we discussed, that is Bluetooth frame structure. In that we discussed the access code, header. Header contains the subfields, that is address, type, F, A and S, then checksum and the data. This point we discussed in the previous lecture. Let us see today's lecture's point. In today's lecture we discuss first is a smart Bluetooth. In 2010, means in 2010, Sony started the development of Bluetooth version called as a smart Bluetooth, and a smaller low powered version of a Bluetooth which targeted the market of fitness and healthcare. The Sony development became a part of the Bluetooth version 4.0 standard, and this standard is called as a BLE, which stands for a Bluetooth Low Energy. This BLE formerly marketed as a Bluetooth Smart, and it is a wireless personal area network technology designed and marketed by the Bluetooth Special Interest Group, that is SIG. Let us see one by one what is meant by smart Bluetooth. First of all, in 2010, Sony started the development of Bluetooth version called as a smart Bluetooth. Next, it is a low-powered version of Bluetooth which targeted the market of fitness and healthcare. Next point, Bluetooth Low Energy, that is Bluetooth LE, or we can say that BLE, formerly marketed as a Bluetooth Smart, is a wireless personal area network technology designed and marketed by the Bluetooth Special Interest Group called as a Bluetooth SIG, aimed at novel applications in the healthcare, fitness and security, etc. Next point, there are mainly two trademarks from the Bluetooth SIG. First is the Bluetooth Smart Ready Hubs. We can say that a hub or Bluetooth Smart Ready. This Bluetooth Smart Ready Hub are the devices that receive the data sent from the classic Bluetooth and Bluetooth Smart devices and give it to the application that make use of that data. And the application could be running on these devices themselves or could be running anywhere else on the internet. Some examples are phones, tablets, PCs, etc. Bluetooth Smart Ready devices are the devices that receives the data sent from the classic Bluetooth and Bluetooth Smart devices and give it to the applications that make use of that data. Next trademark is the Bluetooth Smart means sensor type devices. Bluetooth Smart or a sensor type devices that are used to collect a specific piece of information, and after collecting this information, these devices send it to the Bluetooth Smart Ready devices. Bluetooth Smart devices include only a single mode. Okay, some examples of Bluetooth Smart devices are the heart rate monitors, thermometers, sport equipments, etc. Let us see the theory of this Bluetooth Smart sensor type devices. These devices are the sensor type devices that are used to collect a specific piece of information. After collecting this information, these devices send it to the Bluetooth Smart Ready devices. Bluetooth Smart Ready devices includes only a single mode. Okay. And some examples of Bluetooth Smart devices are the heart rate monitors, thermometers and the sport equipment. Next point is this is the classic Bluetooth and this is the Bluetooth Low Energy, that is BLE, means sensor devices sending the small bit of data using very little energy. And this LD classic Bluetooth means wireless devices streaming rich content like data, video and audio. Device pairing required here in this classic Bluetooth. Device pairing is required, but in this BLE there is no requirement of pairing, means device pairing is not required. This is the example of classic Bluetooth and Bluetooth low energy devices. This is the sensor type devices and this is the wireless devices streaming the contents like data, video and audio. Next point we discussed in this lecture, that is NFC. NFC means near field communication. NFC refers to a wireless communication technology over a short distance less than the 10 centimeter. It is a wireless communication technology and its a distance up to a or less than 10 centimeter. NFC is simple but profound technology that is fast evolving along with other mobile technologies in the market, and this technology enables the interaction between the virtual mobile world and the physical world. NFC is a short range, high frequency and low bandwidth wireless communication technology between the two NFC enabled devices. There are mainly two types of devices. First is the passive and second is the active. Let us see one by one theory of this NFC. First point is NFC stands for near field communication. Next point, NFC, that is near field communication, is a short range wireless technology that makes your smartphone, tablet, wearable, payment cards and other devices even smarter. Next point, NFC, that is near field communication, is the ultimate in the connectivity. Within a NFC, you can transfer the information between the devices quickly and easily with a single touch. Whether paying bills, exchanging a business card, downloading a coupons or sharing a research papers. It enables the short range communication between compatible devices. At least one transmitting device and another receiving device is needed to transmit the signals. Many devices can use the NFC standard and are considered either passive or active. So NFC devices can be classified into two types. First is the passive NFC devices and second is the active NFC devices. In passive NFC devices, this includes the tags and other small transmitters which can be send the information to other NFC devices without the need for a power source of their own. These devices don't really process any information sent from the other sources and cannot connect to the other passive components, and this often take the form of interactive signs on a walls or advertisements. Next is the active devices. These devices are able to both the things, that is send and receive the data, and they can communicate with each other as well as with the passive devices. Smartphones is the best example of active NFC. Card readers in a public transport and touch payment terminals are also good example of this active NFC technology. Next point is a comparison table of NFC versus Bluetooth specification. The transfer rate of NFC is 425 kbps and Bluetooth is 2 to 3 Mbps. Here, next point, the frequency range of NFC is 13.56 MHz and the frequency range of Bluetooth technology is 2.4 GHz. The technology is RFID in NFC and the technology in Bluetooth is a direct radio transmission. Here standard, that is ECMA, ISM or IEC standard. This standard is used for NFC and IEEE standard is IEEE standard is for the Bluetooth. Here ECMA means it is the Organization for the Information and Communication System. ECMA stands for European Computer Manufacturers Association. Okay, connectivity in NFC 2 devices at a time can be connected, and in a Bluetooth 8 devices at a time can be connected. The range of the NFC devices is the 10 centimeter and the Bluetooth devices is the 10 meter. Next point is the mobile telephone system architecture. A mobile phone is a portable telephone that does not use a wired connection, so that it is also called as wireless phone, cell phone or cellular telephone. The most common example of the cellular network is a mobile phone, that is cell phone network. And a mobile phone is a portable telephone used to receive or make calls through a cell site, that is BS, or transmitting towers. Electromagnetic waves are used to transfer the signal to and from the cell phone. The modern mobile phone networks uses the cells because radio frequency are limited and they share the resources. During the past 3 decades, the world has seen significant changes in the telecommunication industries, and there has been rapid growth in wireless communication as seen by a large expansion in a mobile system. Wireless communication have moved from first generation system primarily focused on the voice communication to third generation, that is 3G system, dealing with the internet connectivity and the multimedia application. The fourth generation, that is 4G systems, will be designed to connect the wireless personal area networks, that is WPAN, wireless local area networks, that is WLAN, and the wireless wide area networks, that is WWANS. Okay, means in a first generation there is focused on a voice communication, and to third generation it is system dealing with the internet connectivity and multimedia applications. Let us see one by one what is meant by mobile telephone system. A mobile telephone system means a mobile phone is a portable telephone that does not use a wired connection, means it is a wireless devices. It is also known as wireless phone, cell phone or a cellular phone. Next point, a mobile phone is a portable telephone used to receive or make calls through a cell site called as a BS, or we can say that it is a base station or transmitting tower. The electromagnetic waves are used to transfer the signal to and from the cell phone. It is transfer the signal from to and from the cell phones. The wireless communications have moved from first generation system, which is focused on a voice communication, to third generation, which is focused on a internet connectivity and multimedia application. The fourth generation system will be designed to connect the wireless personal area network, that is WPANs, wireless local area networks, that is WLAN, and the wireless wide area networks, that is WWANS. The mobile telephone system architecture having the 5 components, that is mobile station, base station controller, mobile switching center, and the PSTN, that is public switched telephone network. Today around the globe, billions of the subscribers are using the mobile phones, and this number is increasing rapidly. Therefore, the mobile communication need to offer efficient in the use of the available frequency spectrum without any mutual interference. Means without any interference, we can use the available frequency, and the more subscribers are, or billions of subscribers are using the mobile phones, so that this is the number of increasing rapidly. Therefore, the mobile communication need to offer efficient in the use of available frequency spectrum. The main objective of the cellular systems design is to handle as many calls as possible, means called the capacity in a cellular technology in a given bandwidth in the most efficient way with the reliability and the quality of service in the telephone. Let us say first point, the main objective of cellular system is to design is to handle as many calls as a possible in a given bandwidth in the most efficient way with the reliability and the quality of service in the telephone. Means today around the globe billions of subscribers are using mobile phones, so that the main objective of cellular system is to design and handle many calls as possible in a given bandwidth in the most efficient way with the reliability and quality of service in the telephone. Next point, in mobile communication, the term cells that represent a small geographical area. Cells is called as a small geographical area, which has resulted in a cellular technology that is popular nowadays. Means cells is, we can say that cell is a small geographical area. Next point, a cellular network system is formed by connecting the following 5 components. First is a MS, that is mobile station. Second is the BS, that is base station. Third is the BSC, that is base station controller. Fourth is the MSC, that is mobile switching center. We can also say that mobile telephone switching office, that is MTSO. And the PSTNs means public switched telephone network. Let us see architecture of this cellular system. This is the cellular system infrastructure, or we can say that it is the architecture of mobile telephone system. Okay, in this area is called as a cell. This area is called as a cell. Multiple MS connected to the single BSC means this MS is connected to the single BSC, or this BS is connected to the multiple BS is connected to the BSC. Multiple BSC is connected to the single MSC, and the single MS connected to the PSTN means public switched telephone network. Here MS means the mobile station, or we can say that mobile phone is called as a MS. Here in each mobile phone contains the transceiver. Here in this MS it contains the transceiver means transmitter and receiver, and antenna and control circuitry. The antenna which converts the transmitted RF signal into the EM waves means electromagnetic wave, and received EM waves into a RF signal. And the same antenna is used for both the transmission and recipient sides. So there is a duplexer switch to multiplexer the same antenna. Means MS which contains the mobile phone which contains the SIM card, that is SIM, and the equipment means IMSI number. Sorry, it contains the transceiver means transmitter and receiver, antenna and control circuitry. Next one, that is BS. BS means a base station. It is one of the important component in a cellular network, and BS provides the direct communication with mobile phones, and it defines a cell. When cells are grouped together, a cluster is formed. Suppose here number of cells are grouped together, one cluster is formed. We can say that number of BSS is called as a cluster, which no channels are reused. Next one is a BSC, means multiple BS are connected to the single BSC. BSC means base station controller. Here a number of BSS are connected to the BSCs, and important function of BSC is that it manages the handoff from one BS to the another as a subscriber move from cell to cell. Means suppose here subscriber, that is MS, moves from one cell to another cell, it manages the handoff operation. Okay, and also a group of 4 BSS are in a turn connected to a MSC via microcontroller link or a microwave link or a telephone lines. Here number of BSCs is connected to the single MSC. MSC means mobile switching center. It is a control center for the cellular system and also known as a mobile telephone switching office, that is MTSO. It coordinates the action of the BSS, providing overall control. It provides the overall control and acts as a switch and connects it to the PSTN. It connects to the PSTN. Okay. The various functions of MSC is to communicate with the BSC, it communicates with the BSC routing calls and controlling them as required. Next, it contains the databases dealing the last known locations of the mobile phones, means it contains, this MSC contains HLR, VLR means home location register, VLR means visitor location register, EIR means equipment register, and AUC means authentication register or authentication center. In this, it contains the all location of the mobiles, all detailed last known locations of the mobiles. It contains the facilities for authentication centers, means allowing the mobiles onto the networks. Next is, it contains the facility to generate the billing information for the individual accounts. Okay, means it contains subscribers billing information, means it is like a post. MS uses the post services, postcard services or precard services, means all the billing information it contains or facilitate to generate the billing information for individual account. Okay. Next is the PSTN. PSTN means public switched telephone network. It is a cellular network that can be viewed as an interface between the mobile unit and a telecommunication infrastructure. Therefore, the PSTN network is nothing but the land-based section of the network, and it is necessary that the BSS are to be connected to a switched network, and that network is to be connected to other networks such as a PSTN, so that calls can be made to and from the mobile subscribers. Here suppose MS communicate with this home phone, means landline station. It passes the data from MS, communicate with the BS, BS communicate with the BSC, communicate with the MSC, MSC performs the all operations. After that it communicate with the PSTN, and after that call is made, means we communicate with the mobile station to the PSTN. PSTN means a home phone or a landline station. Let us see the theory of this section. First is a MS mobile station is usually a mobile phone. Each mobile phone contains the transceiver, means transmitter and receiver, antenna and control circuitry. Next point is a base station. It is important component of a cellular network. It provides the direct communication with the mobile phones and defines the cells. When cells are grouped together, a cluster is formed. Within a cluster, no channels are used. Base station controller, that is BSC. A number of BSCs are connected to the BSC. A number of BS are connected to a BSC. An important function of BSC is that it manages the handoff from one BS to another as a subscriber moves from cell to cell. The mobile switching center, that is MSC, is a control center for cellular system, and it is also called as MTSO, that is mobile telephone switching center or office. It coordinates the action of the BSS, providing overall control, and act as a switch and connects into the PSTN. Okay. Next is a various functions performed by the MSC is it communicates with the BSS routing calls, controlling them as a required. Next, it contains the database dealing the last location of the mobile phones, means it contains the HLR, VLR, AUC and EIR. It contains the facilities for authentication center, that is AUC center, allowing the mobiles on the network. MSC contains the facility to generate the billing information for the individual accounts. Next is a PSTN, means public switch telephone network. It is a cellular network that can be viewed as an interface between the mobile unit and a telephone infrastructure. Therefore, the PSTN network is nothing but the land-based section of the network. This is overall the mobile telephone system architecture. Next point we discussed, that is term related to the mobile telephone system. Here, term related to mobile telephone system is that handoff. Here, handoff operation. Handoff means the process of handling the signal off from the old channel to the new one is called as a handoff. and it is the process of transferring an active call from one cell to the another as a mobile unit moving from first cell to the another cell without disconnecting the calls. And when a mobile moves into a different cells while the call is in progress, the MSC automatically transfers the call to a new channel belonging to the new BS. And handoff operation involves the identifying a new BS along with the allocation of voice and control signals. Let us see theory. First of all, handoff means process of handling the signal of from old channel to the new channel. Suppose there are two cells. First cell, mobile station moving from one BS to another BS. At that time, handoff operation is performed. Okay, means the process of handling the signal of from older channel means older BS to the new BS is called as a handoff. Next point is a handoff is a process of transmitting an active call means from one cell to the another cell as the mobile unit moves from one cell to other cell without disconnecting the calls. Means suppose the mobile station or a subscriber moves from one cell to the another cell means call is in a progress. So that handoff means the mobile unit moves from one cell to the another cell without disconnecting the calls. Means the handoff is the process of transmitting the active calls from one cell to the another cell. Next point is when a mobile moves into a different cell while a call is in progress. The MSC automatically, the function of MSC, it is automatically transfer the call to a new channel belonging to the new BS. Okay. Next point, handoff are classified into two categories. First is a hard handoff and second is the soft handoff. Let us see what is meant by hard handoff. Hard handoff means it is break before make, meaning that the connection to the old BS is broken before the connection to the new BS is made. Means we can say that hard handoff is a break before make. Means that the connection to the old BS is broken before the connection to the new BS is made. Means the new BS connection is made before the old BS connection is broken. It's called as break before make. Okay. And soft handoff means make before break. Here soft handoff means make before break. Meaning that the connection to the old BS is not broken until a new connection to the new BS is made. Means SHO, that is soft handoff operation, is make before break. Meaning that the connection to the old BS is not broken until the new connection is established. Means until the new connection to the new BS is made. This is called as a hard handoff and soft handoff. Next one is a GSM. GSM is a term related to the mobile telephone system. First is the handoff operation, second is the GSM. GSM means global system for mobile communication. It is the cellular telephony, means it is digital cellular telephony used for transmitting the mobile voice and the data services. Means GSM is an open digital cellular telephony used for transmitting mobile voice and the data services. Next point is the third, that is roaming. Roaming means what? Roaming is a general term that refers to the extending of connectivity services in a location that is different from the home location where the service was registered. Roaming means what? Suppose you are in a Maharashtra and you are moving from Maharashtra to Karnataka. At that time roaming term is established. Means roaming is a general term that refers to the extending the connectivity services in the location that is different. Location is different from home location where the service was registered. Suppose MS first mobile station home location is a Maharashtra and you have to provide the service from the Karnataka. At that time roaming service is there. Okay. Next point is a AMPS. AMPS means Advanced Mobile Phone System. It stands for Advanced Mobile Phone System, and it was the first generation cellular telephone or technology that uses the separate frequency for each and every conversation. Okay, this is the all about our today's lecture point. In this lecture, we discussed the architecture for mobile phone, mobile telephone system, term related to mobile telephone system, and smart Bluetooth, NFC, near field communication, and difference between NFC and the Bluetooth. Thank you.